Daniel King. This is going to be the guy that I think ultimately is the most movable piece. He can play either of the guard spots and have success. You look at this past season, he was really good, split his time between right guard and right tackle. Right tackle may be a little aggressive for him at this level, but you never know. Maybe he does fit in there. Maybe Carolina is sort of working him to be able to work both of those positions. I mean, look, he last year, 76.5 run blocking grade, 79.6 pass blocking grade, and a 75.8 overall grade while playing 360 snaps at right guard, 429 snaps at right tackle. He allowed just 1 sack and 10 total quarterback pressures on his way to earning second-team All-Sun Belt honors for a second straight year. So this guy did it last year, and he's another guy. He's made the transition before. He came from Georgia Military Institute, made the transition to Troy and had success there and was really good, graded out as their best offensive lineman this past year, and now is the guy that is going to have to make another leap, this time to the Power 4 level. This is a guy that I really like, and I wish they could find somewhere to start him along this offensive line, but I don't want him starting over Banfield. I don't want him starting over Austin Blaske because I trust those guys just a little bit more with the experience that they have at the Power 4 level. But this is a guy that I would like to see on the field at some point this year, and I would kind of like it if maybe you could work him in to play at one of those tackle spots if needed, because I think he's probably one of the best options along this offensive line of the guys you picked up in the transfer portal.
I think what you got to like about him is positional flexibility. Something that I talk a lot about wanting to have among the offensive line, mentioning to play left or right guard. And if a pinch, if all hell breaks loose, if you got to play him at right tackle, you could probably find a way to kind of build your offense around him and be able to still be functioning. So I think this is going to be a guy that, with how good he is, how versatile he is, I find it hard to think he will not be playing significant number of snaps week in, week out. This is just going to be a dude where, you could maybe look at a situation where he's playing every other series because they're taking someone else out, and not just because they're playing bad, but just to kind of keep them fresh, which I think is a real big benefit. I think that's something that Belichick and this staff are going to be mindful of. Because, I think when he got hired and he evaluated what went wrong and was trying to elevate the program, I mean, he watched the same film we watched in terms of fans. He saw the way the offensive line wore down as the season moved along. Well, let me go get some guys that can help that. And, this guy, you could probably make the argument that has starting talent, but is more valuable as a backup because he'll be able to spare some of your other pieces and there not be a production drop off like you've seen in years past. And so I'm really interested just to kind of see how they use him, because they could use him in a lot of different ways. And what he'll mold into. But I think we talk about the sixth man in basketball. I think he'll be the sixth man among the offensive line, because I think he will play significant enough snaps to where he'll feel like a starter, despite not being out there for the first series every Saturday.
Yeah, I think he's certainly a guy that fits in that tier of guys that you trust as part of the rotation for Carolina this year.